Yo, what is up, guys? This is Nick, and I'm one of the leaders of Pretty MLG, a brand new clan. And today we've got a dual commentary with the other leader. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, what's going on, guys? It's Anthony Balducci or DuZuRVe, co-leader of Pretty. Nick, you should probably get on talking because I don't know what the fuck to say.
Alright, so basically this is a commentary just to introduce ourselves. I can't really talk either. But basically we're just going to give our background as YouTubers and competitive players. I don't have as much of a background in the competitive scene as Anthony does, but I have a little bit and more of a YouTube background, so I'm just going to start off with mine. About two and a half years ago, I started off posting Call of Duty videos on YouTube, and my problem back then was that I jumped around channels, so I never really got known as a YouTuber until now. But anyways, for competitive, I started out before YouTube as a competitive player on World at War. I placed 14th in a 800 team tournament on some website. It wasn't Game Battles, but I don't remember exactly what it was called. They have shut down since then, unfortunately. But so that was where I really started out as a competitive player. And then from then, I played Game Battles for a very short period of time on MW2, and I did a lot of competitive sniping from then on, and right up until Black Ops, actually. And then I remained playing Game Battles on Black Ops for the very beginning, and then since I didn't like the game very much, I stopped playing Game Battles altogether for a while, and I focused more on YouTube, editing. I started making graphics, and from then on, I was more of a YouTuber, and that's where I stand today as more of a YouTuber until this point, really. So this is where I hope to become more of a competitive player and get back into that competitive scene, because that's really where I started as a Call of Duty player. So Anthony definitely has more of a background in competitive than I do, so do you want to talk about what you've done in the competitive scene?
Yeah, pretty much I started back in 2007 for Call of Duty 4. Back then it was all Xbox for me. I was 13 years old, I think. And I'm not going to lie, I sucked dick when I first started. You know, I know kill death doesn't matter, and it never will, but just for a little bit of a ratio, when I started public matching, my kill death was like a 0.7. Well, actually lower. I brought that up with time to a 0.7. So, I mean, that's kind of like my start, my base, Call of Duty 4. And my friend, I've known him for a long time. He was, really into the competitive scene. His teams were all top page. Like, he was no joke back then. And he got me into it. He's like, hey, make a team, blah, 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 do this. So I was like, fine. I did it. I started liking it, but I was still terrible. My team at the time, when I was really bad, it was 0 and 15. I disbanded, remade. We did like another 0 and 10 or something like that. And then I started getting a little bit better. Did some scrimmages with that friend that was really good, and he kind of noticed I was improving, which helped me in this aspect. For my first major event, at least for me, it was a GameStop tournament in his town for Call of Duty 4. It was over, I don't know the exact number, it was in the hundreds, maybe 150, 140, somewhere around there. And one of his players was sick. So he called me up. He said, Anthony, I need you. Just come out, play. We don't care how you do. Well, if we need to, carry your ass, we will. Fine. I got flown out. I stayed by him. We did the tournament. I did good. I carried my own weight. It was a search and destroy only tournament. My average about 4 and 4. Which, I mean, if you aren't really with competitive, 4 and 4 is really good. It's good to break even. It's normal to go negative. But if you play the objective, that's how you win. So I was averaging 4 and 4 every game about, so I held my own weight. I got a kill every round about, and we placed 5th or something like that. Third. I can't fucking talk, can I? No, we placed third, and that was like a wow moment. We were known as Frostbite, and then I got added to the actual GB team. Their record was about 150-1, and from there I kind of progressed as a player. When my Xbox broke, I went to PS3 and kept progressing. I wasn't great, but I was progressing on my own slowly, and I met this one kid. I don't know his current PlayStation name because he hacks accounts and he's a dickhead, but he's amazing at the game, and he taught me everything new that I know from when I played, and that got me started. That really did get me set off to become the good player I am. I went by Exhilarate back then, and I still have an account called Exhilarate. I just don't use it because people started copying my name. I gave away my famous PSN that actually I did go to an event. I got stomped out. The last bracket, I got second place for it. And that was my biggest achievement. There's where I met Fear Haley. I met Moho. Now, they don't remember meeting me. I was just one of those other guys, because they were on a bigger circuit in the same place competing. So it was just one of those walk-bys, like, hey, what's up? How you doing? And that's kind of where I got my competitive feel. I got really into it, and I did what I could. I was on teams for Modern Warfare 2 is when I did my best. Rain of Fire. My own team, 25-0, Team Discretion. Until It's Over was another team of mine, 33-10. Dead End. I joined them. They were 346 and 133, which, isn't great, but it's good. Rain of Fire, I think, was like 230-something and 50-something. And the Hobos, which I have no fucking clue what their record is. I can't remember it. Sorry. But if you ever followed MLG or GB for PS3 back then, the Hobos dominated since Call of Duty 4 all the way through Modern Warfare 2 and a little bit of Black Ops. But that's really all I have to say. YouTube-wise, I did YouTube when I was younger, but it was really for different things, and I wasn't that known. I never have been. But there you go.
Yeah, so basically, we're just going to talk for a real quick minute, basically what we want out of you guys to try and get on this team and help build this team. So, Anthony, what do you find the best characteristics of a good GB player to start out?
Well, when you're starting, there's four things really, but three main ones. One, stick with your team through thick and thin, no matter what. If you go 0-45, it doesn't matter. I'll respect you more than someone that goes 0-1, disbands, 0-2, disbands, 1-5, disbands. I respect you more that way to see 0-46 than 1-1 with 3 disbands before then. It's really not how I roll. So be loyal, stick with it. If you're the leader, be proud to be the leader, no matter what your record is. Be proud of your team. Like your team, which is number 3. Love your team. Your team is, as far as online goes, they're your family. Stick with them, no matter what. I'm not saying, if one of them is a dickhead to take it because he's on your team. No. But don't drop them because they're doing bad. And number 4, which is kind of like a shady one, but as far as GB goes, respect-wise and stuff, don't be a cocky asshole when you start, because most likely you're going to suck anyway. And it's not being mean to anyone that's new, but that's the way. You're used to public matches. Public matches are nothing like a GB. They're played different. So once you get the hang of it, even then, don't be a cocky asshole, because nobody's going to like you. Trust me, I've been there. But that's really it.
Yeah, so with that said, we're looking for about 6 to 8 players, maybe a little less, maybe a little more, but we're going to work that out in the future. And I'm considering opening a competitive sniping team that is also still up in the air in the future. And if you're interested in that, please message me for any of those teams, any of those possibilities, and we will be sure to get back to you with more in detail contact information, and we will get that all worked out. So, until next time, guys, this has been Nick and Anthony, and we will continue to keep you guys updated. We plan to get really big with this team and go really far. So definitely get involved with us and add us up.
Stay pretty.
Yeah. I'll see you guys later.